Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Wednesday, the 5th of March 2025. In today's Millwall news, lo, it has passed. It has become. As we expected and we were waiting, there was an announcement and news today that the FA had appealed to themselves, the FA, to extend the free match ban from Liam Roberts. And this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. So FA submit claim to extend Mill goalkeeper Liam Roberts' suspension. Mill goalkeeper Liam Roberts could be set for a longer spell on the sidelines for his red card against Crystal Palace after the FA submitted a claim seeking to increase his suspension. Roberts was sent off by referee Michael Oliver in the early stages of the FA Cup tie at Selhurst Park. Initially, the match official had not penalised the line stopper after he raced off his line to try and clear the ball, his boot connecting with the side of Jean-Philippe Mateta's head. The Eagles forward needed oxygen on the pitch before being stretchered off. Mateta had 25 stitches in a nasty wound around his ear. Mill lost the match 3-1. Roberts was initially set for a 3-match suspension, but now the FA are looking to add a longer punishment. And this is the statement that they put out. The FA has submitted a claim seeking to increase Liam Roberts' sanction following his sending off in the FA Cup tie between Millwall and Crystal Palace on Saturday, March 1st. The goalkeeper was sent off for serious foul play around the 6th minute. The FA claims that in the circumstances the standard punishment for this offence is clearly insufficient. Liam Roberts has until Thursday, March the 6th to provide a response. And a Mill spokesman said, Millwall Football Club acknowledges the FA statement and will continue to support Liam, who has been subjected to horrendous online abuse since Saturday's collision. Exactly. Interesting that... So this is the South London Press, and you can see the tag that they've used. Crystal Palace, Sport. No Millwall there. No Millwall. This is the post that was there. This is on my YouTube channel. The post, it used to be called Community. They keep changing it. What's it called now? I don't know. As you can see, there you go. So, what I wanted to show you, I'm going to show you, I'm not going to read this rubbish. This absolute load of old shit that got put up today by The Eye. You remember The Independent that used to get published, and it was so poor that they had to stop publishing it, and it's just an online thing now. Yeah, and they changed the name from The Independent to The Eye because, you know, it would probably be they could get done for false advertising because they're anything but independent. So yeah, the headline is Millwall trashing the reputation they worked so hard to repair, and then this Wally goes through a load of old, the usual shit, and then makes me laugh. The last paragraph, the last sentence is about, and then you get to the crux of what he's going on about and why he's got a fucking chip up his arse about what Millwall. And 30 years ago, he went to a Millwall game and apparently someone tried to punch him and he ran away. And that's how he finishes the story. It's like, okay, I think we know what your problem is, but there you go. I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to read it. I don't suggest you read it. I just want to show you that this same old shit is still coming out. Now, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So this is bad. Some good. I wanted to show you this. It's nothing new. It's not news. But I wanted to show you what an unbiased, balanced report looks like. Okay, this is from 442.com of the magazine. You may have heard of it. So, we're going to have a little read of this and we're going to go through it. So, new details emerge as FA seek further retribution after Liam Roberts' horror challenge on Jean-Philippe Mateta. Jean-Philippe Mateta required 25 stitches in his ear after being flattened by the Millwall goalkeeper. The Football Association wants to increase the ban handed to Millwall goalkeeper Liam Roberts. Roberts clattered into Crystal Palace striker Jean-Philippe Mateta during an FA Cup fifth round clash, earning himself a red card and leaving Mateta needing serious medical treatment. Now, again, clattered. See the words that we're using here in a decent article. Yeah, it wasn't an attack. Oh, he didn't attack him. He got the ball, and then he clattered into the striker. That's what happened. The French international subsequently, so it wasn't the intention, but there was a clattering, and then subsequently, because of that, he needed 25 stitches in his ear and was rushed to hospital, with Eagles chairman Steve Parish describing the tackle as one of the worst that he's ever seen. Roberts had initially been handed a 3-match ban, which the FA now say they will look to increase given the severity of the injuries sustained by Mateta. So again, it's based on the injuries. That's it. So if we'd have kicked him in the face and he wouldn't needed stitches, he would have been fine. So it's objective, not subjective. Millwall fans bravely... Now here's the thing. Millwall fans bravely held a minute's applause for Roberts during their EFL Championship match against Bristol City on Tuesday, with fellow football fans calling the praise for Roberts vile and disgusting. Again, this is balanced. Millwall fans bravely, again. And then they say, oh, well, the reaction to that, and it's in quotes, vile and disgusting. That's fair. According to BBC Sport, which we're going to get onto in a minute, because that's a link, so they're linking to that. Millwall will contest the claim against Roberts. They haven't, it says Tuesday, but it's Thursday, to respond to the FA. And the club said in a statement they will continue to support Roberts after the horrendous online abuse he has received. If the FA's claim is successful, the Commission will determine a new punishment. If the claim is dismissed, the 3-game ban will remain in place for 30-year-old goalkeeper. And then they've got the quotes from the chairman again, Steve Parish. Again, what he said here. If you're kicking him in the head at full force, who knows what kind of damage can be done? Well, he wasn't kicking him full force. Have you seen the goalkeeper kick a ball from a goal kick? That is kicking at full force. He clattered into him. And here we go. In 442's view, Roberts is likely going to see his ban increased by more than 3 games, especially given the horrendous injuries Mateta sustained at Selhurst Park. So they think he's going to... But you can see, this is very well written, very well balanced, very well, put together. This is how. So this is 442. This is a geezer called Matthew Holt. He's a freelance journalist. He's a Scunthorpe United fan. And he apparently lives in Manchester. This is... Why can't the Mail Online write like this? Why can't the Sun write like this? Why can't Talk Sport write like this? Why can't all these other places do what this guy's done and just put out the facts pretty balanced and fair? Why can't they do that? Well, we know why, don't we? And we don't care. Again, so they were linking to the BBC article. So I read of it, and I was preparing myself for, a bit of a, same old shit. But to be fair, this as well is actually well written, and that's the thing, because the BBC who were covering the game, obviously. The thing with the BBC, they're so large and it's so huge, it's got so many different departments. When you attack the BBC, well, what are you attacking? What's wrong with the BBC? Because, You know, the people who covered the game, they were out of order having the chairman on at half time to say what he said. Absolutely unprofessional. Why did they do that? You know, and the commentator as well, like, what was that about? But then you've got the radio people, and then you've got the people who write for the website. They're all different. They're different kind of sections of the BBC. So let's have a read of this, because this is very well written as well. So the Football Association wants a free match ban given to Millwall goalkeeper Liam Roberts for a dangerous challenge on Crystal Palace striker Jean-Philippe Mateta to be extended. Roberts was sent off in the 8th minute of Millwall's FA Cup 5th round defeat at Selhurst Park on Saturday for a high challenge, which left Mateta needing 25 stitches around his left ear. The FA said the standard free-game ban for serious foul play is clearly insufficient and has submitted a claim to a regulatory commission to increase it. BBC Sport has been told that Millwall will contest the claim, and they have until, it says Tuesday, so that's why it said in the statement that I showed you on Thursday. The club said in the statement, again, so the club, their statements haven't been published on millfc.co.uk. Don't know why they wouldn't do that, but they have been making statements to media outlets behind the scenes. It will continue to support Roberts after the horrendous online abuse he has received. And again, Millwall know, because Millwall, when they run the Facebook account, they run the Millwall Facebook account, the Millwall Twitter account, they would have received DM after DM after DM of just the most vile shit that you can imagine. And, you know, fair play to the club that they haven't published any of this stuff. They could have done. You know, a lot of people do, especially when idiots use their real names. And some guy got found out as like some fat Wally. He's actually a Chelsea fan. He got called out. They tracked him down online because he was using a fake name. And he what did he post? He posted Sar kicks in a box. Classy, eh? Classy. So, yeah, we know who he is now. And we know what he looks like. So he should probably watch his back. So, yeah, Millwall know all of this stuff that's been being sent to them. So, you know, obviously they haven't shown anyone it. But they can print some of that stuff and, you know, take it to the hearing. Or send it to the FA and say, look at this. Look what's happening here. On all this media storm that's been whipped up by these incompetent journalists who don't know how to write a fair and balanced story. If the FA's claim is successful, the Commission will determine a new punishment. If the claim is dismissed, the free game ban will remain in place. And then they give two examples of one where it was extended and one where it wasn't. So in 2023, Fulham striker Mitrovic had a free game ban increased to 8 following an FA claim after he pushed referee Chris Kavanagh during an FA Cup defeat by Manchester United. In 2013, an FA appeal to extend Chelsea forwards Hazard's free match ban was dismissed. He was sent off for kicking a 17-year-old ball boy during a League Cup defeat at Swansea. But to be fair, that ball boy was being a bit of a dick. And apparently, he's some kind of millionaire now. He sells vodka. He's got his own vodka brand or some shit. And then they say, now here, look at this. On Saturday, Palace chairman Steve Parris described Roberts' challenge as the most reckless I've ever seen, and he endangered a fellow professional and maybe his life. Quote, on Monday, Millwall said reporting of the incident contributed to an unwarranted character assassination of Roberts. Millwall said he contacted Mateta after the match with an apology that was accepted immediately. So you can see, look, boom, on Saturday this, on Monday this, the apology after the game, boom, 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 boom. Roberts served the first game of his ban as Millwall lost 2-0 to Bristol City in the Championship on Tuesday. Millwall supporters showed their support by holding a minute's applause after 8 minutes and singing "There's Only One Liam Roberts." There were also some boos. Now, that's the only thing the boos were from the away end. No one in the home end was booing at all. So that they could have cleared that up. Maybe they didn't know. So, they didn't. Obviously, I don't think if they weren't there, they didn't know where the boos come from, but they heard them on the video. Probably that fat bastard Moose from TalkSport filmed. Michael Oliver, who refereed the game, will not be involved in a Premier League match this weekend. So, yeah, because of that, so Liam Roberts is, under the cosh, and Michael Oliver has been suspended for a week. He sent Roberts off after intervention from the video assistant referee. Now, here's the thing. So, that's pretty well balanced, which is surprising, again, from the BBC. But, this is BBC website. It's not BBC who cover the sport, with all the loonies like Alex Scott and Gary Lineker and all these idiots. So you can see here. Now, this quote from Nick Godwin, who does stuff on BBC Radio London. Obviously, he's been at Millwall loads of times. He covers Millwall for BBC Radio London. He's been to the Den loads of times. Here's a quote from him. Check this out. The protest was loud, defiant, and appeared to involve large sections of the Millwall home support. Some fans in the main stand also turned to the press box and made gestures. Millwall's fan base is intensely loyal to all elements of the club. That loyalty only strengthens if they feel a sense of injustice. Many Millwall supporters feel the criticism of Roberts' tackle, which has led to abuse on social media, is over the top and unfair. Their sense of injustice and frustration came across loud and clear at the Den. Again, just putting it out there, putting the facts out there, not spinning anything, not twisting anything, just saying what happened and why it's happening. Beautiful stuff from Nick Godwin there. Fantastic. BBC 442, top marks. The eye, the Mail, no. So there you go. Again, the saga's going to go on. Obviously, there's going to be a hearing now. We assume, and then they're going to extend it. Like, it's not going to be fair, is it? It's not going to be fair. So we see what they do. Apparently, we've seen like Keith Hackett was saying like it should be 5. No, who cares, man? Who cares? So that's all the nonsense covered. Now we get to the actual football. Remember that the game yesterday. Not too good, was it? The basics cost us in the game. Alex Neil reflects on Mill's 2-0 loss to Bristol City. This is from southernnews.co.uk. Mill boss Alex Neil was frustrated with how his side conceded in their 2-0 loss to Bristol City at the Den earlier tonight, saying the basics cost us the game. The Lions were not at their best for much of the game and were undone by 2 poor defensive moments in the second half, allowing the Robins to score via a corner and the long goal kick. Mill racked up 13 efforts throughout the match, only 1 of which was on target, compared to Bristol City, who had 11 shots, 5 of which were on target. I wouldn't say that I had an edge in the final third, Neil said. I thought we lacked cutting edge. I think if you look at both goals, one's a set play and one's a goal kick. It wasn't if they played through or carved us open or anything like that. It was just basics, really. The corner comes in and we run under the first one and we don't deal with the second one. And they land on it, square it and score the goal. And then the second one is a goal kick and, 2 of our lads get under the ball and we don't win it. And their wide player runs off the back of ours and, then we've got an opportunity to collect it. And we don't. It spills and, they score the goal. So in my view, that's got nothing to do with how we're set up our tactics. It's basics, isn't it? You've got a man to pick up in your set play and then you go and win a header from a goal kick. It really boiled down to that for me. The biggest frustration I've got is that I think the basics cost us in the game, really, without Bristol having too much to do. I thought Bristol in the first half, they moved the ball well. I thought the way we prepared for them, they normally go in 4-4-2 in the press, and they didn't do that. They stayed by a 5, Which then, because we prepped a different way, the spare players were our fullbacks rather somebody in the middle of the pitch, which took the players a bit of time to get used to. And then also, we were trying to build them. The space was different because obviously they stayed in a different shape. Yeah, credit to the players in the first half because I didn't think that we were great, but we got to half time and I thought we fixed the elements we needed to fix, and I thought we were actually better in the second half, and that's the frustrating thing for me because when we were better, they scored their goals, so yeah, it was disappointing. I don't think we can dwell on it too much. I don't think there's a huge amount wrong. We didn't come here and we got played off the pitch. I thought the game was finally balanced, really. I thought they had much better the first half, in my opinion, without creating too much. Lucas, I think he's had one save down the right from a twine shot, and that was about it. I thought we got really good areas in the second half, particularly Emaku. I thought he was excellent when he came on. I thought every time he got the ball, he got a corner, he got a cross in the box. I think Josh Coburn has a header, he puts it over the bar, and we got the one at the back stick. Mihailo, he puts it over the bar with a volley. So I don't think there was like a huge amounts of clear-cut chances for either team, and the worst it should have been for us. It should have been 0-0. Take the point and move on to the next one. But we didn't defend two fundamental moments, and unfortunately, it's cost us the game. Millwall manager managed to repeatedly get the ball into promising positions, but were undone by poor final pass. When asked if it was frustrating to see move after move break down, Neil said, "It's frustrating for the players as well, So it's not as if it's just subjected to me and the fans are frustrated. The players are frustrated. I'm frustrated." Because in the other games, we've executed those passes or we've executed those movements better. And there were spaces there for us to go and create. I thought in the first half in particular, some of our passing was very loose. And the amount of time we give the ball away cheaply when it was unnecessary, we haven't been like that, if I'm honest. There will be nights, when you're not going to pass the ball as well as you can. And there's going to be nights where maybe you're not quite there and when maybe you should be. Maybe you not make that run in a split second. I thought tonight wasn't one of those nights. But I didn't think Bristol were much better. I thought in the first half, I thought they played better, and I thought second half we had some good moments in the game, but we conceded really poor goals. Bristol had the weekend off, while Millwall had to travel to Selhurst Park to play South London rivals Crystal Palace in the FA Cup, where the Lions lost 3-1 to their rivals. When asked if Bristol had more energy because they had the weekend off, Neil said, they're an energetic team, they're young, they're energetic, they're a good side. They move the ball, they make you have to go the whole way to get the ball back, because if you don't, they'll just sit on it and they'll look for angles, and they can play some nice patterns. So, they're a good side. I know their away record hasn't been particularly great, but, if I'm being honest, I didn't think they created so many good chances against us either. It was just like a couple of lapses in concentration, and we've cost ourselves a point. I think that sums it up, and you can see, they thought they were going to play 4-4-2, but they did 5. So, confusion. This is not what we thought it was going to be, and the players struggled. They made some changes, and then in the second half, we did okay. But again, one thing I wouldn't mention, what's happened to Connolly? Connolly has been very good. He's a very good passer. He's very good holding onto the ball. Why was he not involved? I don't understand. But there you go. Now, substitution at half-time. Femi Azeez. What was all that about? Well, it was not tactical. So let's find out what happened. So this is from southernnews.co.uk. So Millwall head coach confirms Femi Azeez substitution was not tactical. Alex Neil said he substituted Femi Azeez at half-time of Mill's 2-0 loss to Bristol City last night because the winger felt something in his hamstring. Maybe his bone, I don't know. Aziz, 23, was given the nod on the left wing and played well throughout the first half, but was replaced during a break by a Ivanovic. The Irish winger was similarly effective, fashioning a number of chances by beating his man and cutting the ball into the box. The Lions went on to concede 2 soft second half goals as the Robins left the Den with all 3 points. Femi was an outlet for us, in the first half. And I thought Femi, is probably the one that was getting off the pitch most. And it looked like, you see, if he could take us off the pitch. What we did need in that game, they played a back five. And we needed somebody who's going to stay wide and get the ball and get us up the pitch and then put crosses into the box. And Idoma was a perfect fit, I thought Femi was pretty good in the first half, and I thought Idoma was good in the second half doing that role. And it certainly wasn't a tactical thing. He felt his hamstring, so he had to come off. So there you go. Another injury. You play a game, you get at least one or two players injured. Negley at the weekend. Femi Azeez now. So, moving on to this from millwallfc.co.uk. Millwall host business networking event. Millwall Football Club hosted a business and community networking event at the Den on Wednesday morning. Our business and community network event attendees were joined by a panel consisting of first team head coach Alex Neil and Millwall FC's managing director Mark Fairbrother. They answered questions and discussed ideas around motivating teams and leadership from their respective backgrounds, as well as answering questions from the floor. The club would like to thank all of the businesses that were present, and we look forward to the next event. If you'd like to inquire about future events and other partnership opportunities with Millwall Football Club, please email commercialsales@millwallfc.co.uk. And then we've got some photos from the event. So this seems to be why the coffee morning was cancelled, even though looks like it's in Harry's bar and not in the exec lounge. So this is why the coffee morning was cancelled. Some very, very attractive people there, and especially this gentleman. Now, I think maybe they should probably stop doing this. Not this, but this. Because every time they do this, we lose the game. Surely it's just a coincidence. Maybe. Maybe not. But so yeah, they are now doing another auction again. Match-worn shirts from Millwall's Sky Bet Championship fixture against Bristol City are now up for auction, with the tops worn by the Lions starting at 11 available, as well as 2 shirts that have been signed by the whole squad. Click the link below to place your bid. The auction closes on the 16th of March at 12 p.m. and that is a Sunday, not this Sunday, next Sunday. Capiche? Got it? So let's go to matchwornshirt.com and have a little look-see. And you can see here, these are the shirts that we've got. And at the moment, the one in the lead is 65 quid for Lucas Jensen's shirt. Okay, fair enough. And then, Tanganga, Jake Cooper, Ivanovic. I don't know. Oh, okay. I've got a side scroll. And you can see, look, at the moment, the other players, it's all very low. I don't think there's been much bidding. Obviously, is there a point bidding now? It's 10 days left. Like a lot of these, they call it sniping. You wait until the last hour and then you get on it and you keep refreshing it, and then you make your bid as late as you can. So at the moment, they're all at 15 quid. Cramer's 14 quid. So there you go. You want a shirt? You can buy one at the moment cheaper than it is in the club shop. But obviously you don't get to select the size. Now, I'm going to show you this. I told you about this the other day. But, they do say, show, don't tell. So I'm going to show you. So this is from fss.rs. And what this is the website for the national team of Serbia. Okay. Football, soccer, Serbia.rs. Republic Serbia. Okay. Now this is the selection. Head coach Dragan Stojovic has announced a wider list of players for the upcoming playoff matches against Austria to stay in the A division of the Nations League. The Eagles will play their first match in Vienna on March the 20th, and the return match will be 3 days later in Belgrade. Lovely stuff. The final list, the head of the national team, will be announced on Friday, March the 14th. The press conference will be held on Monday, March 17th, the first day of the gathering at the FSS Sports Centre in Star Pazova. So what this is a relegation playoff between Serbia, who are in Nations League A group, and Austria, who are in Nations League B group. Whoever wins it, if Austria win it, they go up. If Serbia don't win it, they go down. Well, it's the same thing, innit? But so, as you can see, forward, no Mihailo Ivanovic. He's not listed as a midfielder either. So what's going on? Where is he? What is happening? Don't know. But I could make a few suggestions. And looking into it, obviously, I think what they're going to do is put him into the under-21s. If he does it. Now, the funny thing is, I don't think they've told him, because on Twitter, X, I think there's someone on there I think is related to him, maybe his uncle or something, and he's very vocal. He makes a lot of tweets. He's very bombastic with tweets. Very rah-rah for Millwall, lovely to see. And he kind of, when this was announced, he's like, what the fuck's going on? Where's Ivanovic? Why haven't you selected? Why haven't you selected my boy? Where's my boy? Well, it may have something to do with this. This is, it's 2 years away, but the 2027 UEFA European Under-21 Championship. The host countries are Albania and Serbia. No, yes, really, if you know anything about that, that's kind of fucking crazy that they're jointly hosting it. What they're going to do, you know what they do, they're going to have 2 groups in Albania and 2 groups in Serbia, and then they'll have games, they'll mix and match the quarterfinals and semi-finals and stuff. So, at the moment, Ivanovic is 20 years old. He's eligible for this competition. Well, hang on a minute. In 2 years' time, he won't be under 21. Aha! Under 21 qualification for this tournament is from when the qualifying starts. And do you know when the qualifying starts? Well, I want to tell you. The 5th of June 2025. Aha, I hear you say. But Serbia are hosting it. They don't need to qualify. Yeah, exactly, but it's the same thing. And again, so what I think, obviously this is a massive thing for Serbia. Serbian football. Under 21 championship being held in their own country. They clearly want to do well in it. So I'd imagine, at the moment, Ivanovic for the men's national team of Serbia, he's probably like the 4th or 5th choice striker, really. But for the under-21s, he'll probably be numero uno. He's the main man. And by the time this tournament comes around, in 2 years' time, now here's the thing. If he does well for Millwall and he's banging in the goals, he gets better and better and better. What they'll do, I'd imagine, if it becomes a situation where they can't ignore him anymore, like he might get called up to the Serbian national team. But still, when this tournament comes around, they'll probably say, hey, can you play in this? Because we need the strongest team as we can get. So yeah, this is happening. Obviously, they don't have to qualify, so these are the groups. Scotland, obviously, Danny Kelly, I believe, is in... Daniel Kelly is in Scotland under 21 contention, so this is what he's got to contend with. England playing Republic of Ireland and a whole load of stuff at other clubs. So these are the groups, and it's just each group winner goes through, and then there's playoffs. So it's going to be a very small set of But you can see here, so the qualified teams are already qualified. Serbia are already qualified. They're the co-hosts. They last appeared in a UEFA Under-21 Championship in 2019. So they missed the last couple. And the best thing that they ever done was they got to the final in 2007. So you'd imagine, in a tournament that's been hosted in their own country, they would want to win it. Why not? So I imagine, even though no one's told Ivanovic or his family, that this is probably the reason why they haven't selected him. But here's the thing. They don't seem to have an under-21 game set up for March. So I don't know why so obviously they're going to have to play friendlies. So when are they going to play friendlies? Obviously not one coming up now in 3 weeks' time. They're going to have it in June. They're going to have it friendlies when this qualifying starts. You'd imagine, I don't know. But that seems to be, the situation as it stands at the moment. Now, the funny thing is, so if you're looking for holiday plans in what next summer or the summer after, 2027, summer in Serbia, why not? So, the final is going to be held in Tirana. Yes. Yes. Really. If Serbia get through to the final, they will need to go to Albania. It says here, the national stadium in Tirana will host the final. But Serbia will have the opening match in Novi Sad. Obviously, I believe Ivanovic is from Novi Sad. So Serbia, can you imagine? If you don't know, Albania and Serbia, it's like Millwall West Ham, but on the international stage. It's insane. Can you imagine if Serbia get to the final and they have to play in Tirana, and hey, who are they playing? It's only fucking Albania. Whoa, what a game that'll be. What a game that will be. Wow. So yeah, like I said, I think this is the reason why they're not selecting him for the Serbian national team at the moment. Here's the thing. This might be better for him. It's going to be easier for him, playing against, he's playing in the championship in England, and he's going to be, competing at probably an easier level on the national stage. So we'll see what we can do. We'll see what he can do. And here's the thing. The fact that they have to play these friendlies because they don't have any qualifying to do. How about a friendly at the Den? Why not? Why not indeed? Why not? Serbia under-21s versus, I don't know, Ukraine under-21s? Somebody, I don't know. But there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.